Employee-owned restaurants? Does that sound nuts? Hey, this is Michael Tebow, recovering restaurant owner and caterer, author, speaker, coach, owner of Done For You Marketing Systems. Thank you so much for stopping by for this week's edition of Mike's Money Making Minutes. And I want to tell you about a restaurant that I visited actually it was last week. And I was out of town doing a seminar in Minneapolis. And we went to this restaurant called Hell's Kitchen. And it's not Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen. It was actually before that. So this restaurant's been around for quite a while. And it's an employee-owned restaurant. Now, it's not what you think. It's called an ESOP, which is an employee stock ownership plan. That's a little more complicated than just saying, hey, all these people own this restaurant. There's a buyout, and their buyout plan for the stock was over a 10-year time span. So I'm not going to get into, all the particulars, because if you want to, I'll put a link, and there's an article in Food Service News that goes over the details of what's involved with having an employee stock ownership plan for your restaurant, where the employees own it and over time buy it from the owners, which, if you're an owner of a restaurant, would be you. But there's different ways of doing it, and I have all different types of clients that have a form of employee ownership. Now, why would you want to have an employee-owned restaurant? Well, the inmates aren't running the asylum, right? Which is what, most people think about right away. But I did this when I had my restaurants also. If you bonus out your employees, your managers, there's all different types of ways of doing this, based on performance. You can do it. I did mine on food costs and labor costs and sales increases, and I bonused out my managers. I have clients where their managers are called manager owners, and they actually might buy in with a capital investment and get a portion, of the profits or stock share. There's all different types of ways of doing it. I do like performance-based incentives, financial, because, that means a lot. And when people feel like they have a stake in the company, they're more apt to, stick around longer, do a better job, pay attention to what they're, doing and how they're treating the customers and the product they're producing. There's a great example of a restaurant that has an awesome employee-owned program here where I'm at, just outside of Detroit. It's called Zingerman's, and they have over 700 employees. One location. Now, they do catering. They do a heck of an online order business, but it's Zingerman's Deli. And if you look them up, if you Google them, they also do Zing Train, it's called. So I would check them out. They're a super, super good example, and I know both the owners personally, and their bread is awesome. In fact, all their products are awesome. But having some type of incentive for your employees is a great way. In today's market, you have to differentiate yourself from every other employer, because you want to stand out. And remember, when you're looking for staff, you're not competing just against other restaurants. You're also competing against all the retail shops. You're competing against Amazon, who does marketing for staff all the time. And trust me, they're going after your potential superstar employee. All these different employers are your competition for staff. So you have to stand out, and having some type of incentive-based benefit program for your employees, no matter what your criteria is a great way to stand out against your competition, and also get your employees to buy in to your brand, your concept, your company culture. That's what I spoke about at this seminar. Whenever you're watching this, it was the Father's Day week this year when I was in Minneapolis, and I talked about employee staffing, how to find, attract, and hire a superstar staff for your business, and also doing, which I'll talk about more in another episode. In fact, I'll do a podcast on it. Mapping out your employee journey. You should have a customer journey, how your customers find you, when they get to know you, when they come in, when they give you money, and your retention. You should do the same thing with your employees. So pay attention to your employee journey, and if you're so inclined, think about maybe not an ESOP. That could be complicated, but some type of incentive-based program for your managers, maybe for all your employees, so they feel like they have more of a buy-in to your restaurant. They feel a sense of ownership and a sense of pride. It's really, really good for your business and good for your bottom line, good for your staff, good for you, good for your customers as well. Now, if you need help at all finding staff, because finding, attracting, and convincing superstar staff to take action, which is fill out your online application, is a marketing challenge. And guess what? We're a marketing company, DFY Marketing Systems. I don't have my sign yet. You can tell I'm starting to fill in my shelving units very slowly here in my new office. But we are a marketing company. And like I said, finding that great staff for your business is a marketing challenge. So click the button below and you can jump on a call with a DFY hiring expert that can zero in and target the staff that you desperately need for your restaurant. We'll be able to tell you exactly how to market to get the right people so you feel comfortable when you're leaving the restaurant and you don't feel like you have to work 120 hours a week to make sure the place doesn't burn down. Thank you so much for watching. And again, click the button below and sign up for a free hiring strategy session with a DFY marketing expert. Thanks again, and I'll see you next week.